drop in the sea, but a dribble to you is a downpour to me. Though I once was a sailor who sailed the world round, now I'm happier on solid ground. I know it's only been 99 days, but it feels like a lifetime since I rode the waves that lapped at the shore where the outcasts were found, and I'm happier on solid ground. And the band known as Sea Water Bliss were alive all the while on a small desert isle. They'd been there 40 years more or less, just to play in their instruments seawater style. They welcomed us warmly and offered us shells. We offered them soup and they cried at the smell, and they said hallelujah, at last we've been found, though we're happier on solid ground. But the band came aboard and abandoned their jail, and they played and they sang as we hoisted the sail. When they played all together I cried at the sound, but I'm happier on solid ground. And the band known as Sea Water Bliss were alive all the while on a small desert isle. Every song was as sweet as a kiss when the band played their instruments seawater style. That night in our dreams we lay safely ashore. The comfort was not what the sea held in store, and by daybreak the clouds formed an ominous mound. I'd be happier on solid ground. We all stood on deck as the seconds ticked past, and the mound and the ship came together at last. The captain stepped out of his cabin and frowned. I'd be happier on solid ground. And the band known as Sea Water Bliss were alive all the while on a small desert isle. They didn't fear death and they didn't fear this, and they faced the abyss with a song and a smile, playing their instruments seawater style. The first thunderbolt split the captain in two. The second one finished the rest of the crew, and I watched as the sea turned the ship upside down. I'd be happier on solid ground. But the band known as Sea Water Bliss weren't afraid. As their trumpets sang under the waves, still they played, and as long as I live I'll remember that sound, though I'm happier on solid ground. And the band known as Sea Water Bliss were alive all the while on a small desert isle. Every song was as sweet as a kiss when the band known as Sea Water Bliss played their instruments seawater style. Sea. Stranger tales have been told by men stranger than me, but although all my shipmates and captain were drowned, I know deep in my heart that the band will be found, and as long as I live I'll remember that sound. But I'm happier on solid ground. And the band known as Sea Water Bliss were alive all the while on a small desert isle. Every song was a lover's caress when the band known as Sea Water Bliss played their instruments seawater.